England is continuing its absolutely and obnoxiously overpowered death march over the continent. Jadwiga has been spared, though, because Poland has been, and always shall be, our friend. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in Series 1 of our Controlled Chaos Metaseries, Another Victoria. So as I said at the end of the last episode, we are very likely approaching the end here, and this is one of those times where I'm going to say out loud that, like, you could very well already know by having read the thumbnail closely that this is the last episode. I don't know as I'm starting the episode, but you might know. So let's go ahead and just keep things moving here because I'm very happy with how things have gone. And at this point, we just need to see this through. I think I'm going to build an industrial zone in Portsmouth because the fact that I don't have an industrial zone in Portsmouth makes me sad. So let's get a builder going there. You know I'm in like cruise control mode in this game when I'm just building builders everywhere, because that usually is something that can be very useful to lock in advantages in the late game. I'm just going to put this campus in. That's not the best spot for it. The best spot would have been over that wheat, but I don't want to lose the wheat. But yeah, it's a really good way to lock in some bonuses. All right, we'll do a Royal Navy dockyard in Aksu, and that will be our first opportunity to actually get naval units over here. But I think it's, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. It's probably not even going to have too much of an impact on how things play out. All right, let's repair the university in Karakorum. We've got a couple of missile cruisers that are sailing around over here. A fresh missile cruiser armada as well. Let's get that coal incorporated. Grace Hopper. Gained 2 randomly chosen free technologies. Oh, really?
To turn a favorable eye upon thy creature, who implores thy goodness and compassion.
So, is that it? Oh, no. Okay, so cybernetics. I guess that's weird that we only got 1. I wonder why we only got 1. That's interesting. I mean, it's not a big deal, but wonder what happened there. All right. Aircraft carrier armada, I just want you to stay put for now. We're going to move this rocket artillery armada, or army, into place. We're going to steal that builder. Why is this so fun? Well, this city's going to be mine now. Easy. Okay, so you can... Yeah, why don't you just build a flood barrier, because apparently you need one. We have a jet bomber here, and frankly, in order to get... I wish I could see Cuzco a little bit better, but right now I can't, which is kind of annoying. There's not a lot that I can do about it either. However, I can set Karakorum up to trade with London. Heck yes. Okay, well, I can start bombing John. So that's what I'll do. I can't actually do anything... Oh, hang on. I didn't realize this. I have my modern armor unit, and they are able to get in range. They can't pillage, because that's a little bit too much in terms of movement that I just did. But next turn should be a lot better. All right, jet fighter. Can I, like, deploy you? No, I can't. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. All right, air attack. I guess I'll rebase you in Wilco Laman. Not going to do a lot of good, but... All right, get a wind farm going there. Okay, military engineer. Okay, now we've got Iryai connected. This jet bomber is also going to be ready to attack John. Also, mind you, we still have the giant death robot up here. All right, I've just given it the order to cross here, and we're probably going to be able to hit Cajamarca and actually take it. That's probably going to happen. Oh my god. 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 Alright. Well, that city belongs to me now. Do you see now why I don't run with giant death robots very often? I mean, it's entertaining, so you might think, well, why don't you? But at the same time, like, it is OP as hell. So, giant death robots, I don't think they were called this in Civ 5, but they were introduced in Civ 5. And I remember actually being at an industry show where Civ 5 was being demonstrated, and they were talking about how what they really wanted to do was kind of give players the ability to wrap up the game quickly at the end, because they recognized that like games of Civilization get very complicated at the end, and they wanted to keep the feeling of like fun and fast-paced, development that is more akin to the beginning of the game. They wanted to recreate that at the end of the game, so they give you this overpowered unit. I actually like the fact, as I've said in past series, and maybe even in this one, I like the fact that it gets more complicated as you go forward. Like, that actually is what I want to happen. So, it's just interesting that the developers felt differently about that mechanic than me as a player, and perhaps than other players as well. But, I mean, they also wouldn't have done it if they hadn't gotten feedback from some players saying that that is something that would have been nice. It looks like Poland actually has some loyalty pressure coming from my cities, so they might lose Radom. Is it Radom? I don't remember how to pronounce that. Oops. It's either Radom or Radom. Portrait of Pierre-Etienne Falconet is now in the broadcast center at Leeds. Lumber mill in Norwich. Ooh, we need to repair those diamonds. We can also get a geothermal power plant going there. And this builder can not only build a wind farm there, that'll be good for food and production and such. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and send you to Newcastle. Offshore wind farm there. We're almost through with this turn. Offshore wind farm there. Looks like we can do a corporation here, but... Or, no, an industry here. But that's not a bad idea, actually. I wonder what our overall carbon footprint is now. Yeah, the overall CO2 levels. We've honestly, as much as I talked about destroying the environment, I think we've...
under our feet.
Ooh, this was fast.
As well as over our heads.
We've moved through the, we moved through the age of coal so quickly that there really wasn't an impact from that. Double that flanking bonus. Increase trade route capacity. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and buy a lighthouse there. Then we'll build a shipyard in London. Plymouth. You are ready, I believe. We already have the exoplanet expedition going up here. So what I can do here is just do a carbon recapture. And again, that's... Look at the amount of... diplomatic favor that I have right now. It's absolutely insane. It's nonsense. How much extra uranium do I have right now? I could totally run another giant death robot if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I'm tempted. We already have 2 in the field. Alright, Hull. Honestly, I thought... Didn't Hull already build a neighborhood somewhere? Maybe they didn't. Yeah, building a neighborhood would gut Hull's production, which I hate, but at the same time, Hull does have a housing crisis. Let's get a builder going, and I can do a seastead. And that would address the issue, I think, pretty nicely. We can do the same here, although I think an industrial zone... Why don't I do a builder and then chop down... You know what, you can already chop some stuff down. Got a lumber mill there and a lumber mill there. Yeah, I'll give the order to have another builder. So another trader in Manchester, another trader in Leeds, and a builder in Preston. Theater Square, maybe? Ooh, not a bad idea. Yep, let's pop that down right there. Lighthouse in Aksu. Broadcast Center in Ulaanbaatar. We're about to pass, by the way, if you haven't noticed, we're about to pass 1,000 science per turn. We've been above 1,000 culture per turn. But now it's approaching ridiculous levels. All right, let's go for the encampment district. I'm focusing on things that'll give you more production sooner. Okay, and here, this actually is a good... Why don't we do a builder first? Do a lighthouse in Ayacucho. So a lot of these cities are actually kind of still developing, and I'm not going to be able to get anything done very quickly in them, which is fine. It is what it is. We'll queue up a builder here in Chanchan. Okay, let's see if I can steal. First of all, can I steal Bandar Brunei from John? Yep, I can do that right now. Get wrecked, John. Bandar Brunei is mine. I don't need to do anything with those units right now, so I will leave them be. We'll send this builder up here. Build a farm there. Now, interestingly enough, that didn't actually look like it was a ton of damage against Wanuku. Interesting. So we have actually encountered cities that are not able to just be taken in one turn. Such a shame. Let's go ahead and pillage that. And I think I have... Where are my helicopters? Oh, did you just... Are you still unable to do anything? Oh, I just used you to capture Wilco Amman. I knew that. I knew that. All right, well, in that case, let's get this mechanized infantry army and go straight to Cuzco there, because this is the capital of Inca. And now we will be able to arrange for some more direct bombing. I don't think this unit will be able to fire this turn. They might be able to. Oh my god, they can. Glorious. Wasn't expecting that. I'll take it. Promotion available, even better. Promotion available. Alright, so we now have a great general in range of that city supporting any offensive operations that take place there. And I think I might be able, with this next attack, after the bomber's done here, I think we can wear down their walls to the point they can't actually do as much damage to me in the next turn. Which would be nice. It would be nice not to have to worry about that right now. Just saying. Just saying. Alright, giant death robot. Yeah, why don't you just come this way? Giant death robots do have the ability to leap quite effectively, but I don't think I've unlocked it yet. I don't think. Alright, rocket artillery can cross the river there. Now this has railroad, yes? I remember building railroad there, I just don't see any on the ground, so it's hard to tell. Still in the process of getting everything nicely connected. All right, Iriai now has rails. All right, so not really doing a ton of damage. It's going to be one more turn before we can actually take it. But that's okay. All right, nice. I will be able to get a geothermal plant going there soon. But right now, we're going to be able to hold off. Or we're going to have to hold off. Portrait of Catherine II, a bust. It is now in the museum in Leeds. Okay. We have started an industry around amber. Insert John Hammond quote here. We will not be founding Jurassic Park during the series because we will achieve the science victory without it. No. You wanted this. You're going to get it. Pingala has been neutralized in Plymouth. Why you do this? Why you do this? All right, major flood has been mitigated.
If there is any work in the afterlife, you must do it. Behold me whenever you are called. Be watchful at any moment to work there. Plough my fields. Carry water and sand to the east and west. Behold me whenever you are called.
So that's the jump action that's going to be available.
You can never plan the future by the past.
Yep, let's go ahead and promote Pingala. We can't assign him yet. I'm going to go ahead and reassign Victor to Wilco Amon. There's that. This jet bomber is ready for another promotion, so let's give him promotions, or combat strength versus land units. Let's give you combat strength versus land units. Oh, interesting. Chen Chen actually revolted. I wasn't expecting that. That happened a lot faster than I was expecting. We can give the Giant Death Robot some more combat experience at least. Alright, now I can research the off-world mission, which will enable us to move the final mission along a little bit more effectively. Choose Civic. Let's just go ahead and research the future Civic. Ad nauseum. Great engineer. +1 amenity for the city, +2 housing for the city. That's going to come in handy in a few places, actually. Alright, so we've got a few loyalty issues with the cities that we're taking, because, I mean, it's understandable. Okay, now Kuzco is no longer able to actually regenerate. So let's position all of our units appropriately. I am going to pillage this science center. Actually, I might even send my helicopters to pillage as well, because I would like to try and get the off-world mission done faster. If I can. Might not be able to, but I'll try. Oh, yep, one turn. That's an improvement. That's what I wanted to do. Thank you very much. Plymouth. No, we don't need to recommission you anymore. Yeah, let's just do another carbon recapture at this point. Do another one here, too. How are we doing in the World Games? Ooh. Just kidding. Hold on. Train some athletes. All right. Hull, I think, just finished a builder. Let's train athletes there, too. Train some in Manchester. I mean, I'm happy to train athletes in, like, an entire round. Just take an entire turn and tell every city that pops up, just train athletes. We're not losing this competition. You understand? Alright, so the biosphere is done. Yeah, screw it. Let's go nuts with athletes for a bit. Alright, in this city, though, I am going to buy a Ferris wheel. And then we're going to build an aquarium, which will take 3 turns. Let's get a builder going here. So I might be able to get a better location set up for that industrial district. And then Wolverhampton. Actually, there are definitely opportunities. Let's order a builder here too. There are more fish tiles within range of Wolverhampton that would actually allow me to help that city grow faster, despite the fact that it's in the middle of the snow. All right, let's move this trader to... You know what? Let's move to Iriai. Relatively small city. Seastead, extra housing. That's a seastead for Hull. We do lots of seasteads in this area now. All right, now, if I recall correctly, yeah, we have some stuff that we can do here. This builder's going to be done in a turn, so we have a lot of builders in this area. I wonder why. +1 amenity for the city, +2 housing for this city. Is there a city that's actually lacking in any of those things? I guess I'm going to use you on London first, and then we'll maybe see if there's a better city to use it in the next turn. All right, giant death robot is almost ready. Actually, Cusco will fall if I attack with one of these units. So let's see which one's closest to a promotion and just see if we can move in with that. We'll just use this one. Should make it a little bit easier to hold Cajamarca. All right, so we now control the Incan capital. Rebellion in 1 turn, yeah. Unfortunately, we will have to recapture those cities manually, which will not take a long time at all, like even remotely. Let's put you in Adelaide. We just have all of our spies going to mess with John at this point. Just like the Inca, he brought this upon himself. It's sheer entertainment value for me and for you. So we can only thank him, to be honest. Oh, there's actually a trader belonging to the Inca underneath the giant death robot. That's unfortunate. Not anymore. Wow. All right, so we've got a couple of units that need to just chill out for a bit. Wind farm done there. Let's reposition you to Cusco. Oh yes, new trader. So tell you what, we're going to put this trader, obvious choice here. Let's put this trader in Cusco. Portrait of Marie Cathcart. Ah, even more cotton. Just what we needed. I'm just kidding. It's not what we needed. Enemy recruited partisans. Really? Wow, they just love messing around with partisans in Portsmouth. Like, what exactly do you think is going to happen? So we captured an enemy spy, probably the spy that did that. Peter has finished building the Bolshoi Theater. Dude. Boring? Have you been watching me? What rock are you living under, Lautaro? Serious question. Alright, I do not want to lose that machine gun army. Alright, major drought. Atomic era ending soon.
No, my friends. We have
there
not
we go.
fallen back upon the earth. No, nor are we submerged in the Gulf of Mexico. Yes, we are mounting into space. See those stars shining in the night, and that impenetrable darkness heaped up between the earth and us.
Okay, so now we can actually speed the final project along once it launches, which it hasn't launched yet, but it will. Let's give you Tortoise. This city can actually fire on some nearby units. Now, unfortunately, I don't have... I've got this missile cruiser armada in position, and it will be able to hit some of these units. Keyword being some. Oh, nice. We can hit this one. So at least we've dealt with the partisans. But then the damage that they did to the neighborhood, again, will have to be dealt with. Unfortunately. All right, future tech. So we are done with our research. Done. Let's go ahead and repair the neighborhood. Newcastle upon Tyne. How are we doing over here? We could totally convert to nuclear power. But instead, why don't we just do a carbon recapture? That's just going so well. Also, let's look at the World Games. Hey, we're winning now. We're winning handily. Let's go ahead and get a trader built there. We'll do a few more athletes in Liverpool. And then I will do another builder in Manchester, another trader in Sheffield, another builder in Liverpool. All right, Karakoram is still repairing a lot of its core buildings, so we'll do that. Let's see. You desperately need a lot of your basic buildings just put in place. Why don't you go ahead and get a factory going? That's kind of perfect timing. Now, interestingly enough, it doesn't look like we can now hit that city as effectively as we would have before, which is a little bit weird, but I'm going to use my machine gun army to do some damage to these guys, and that should hopefully... Yeah. We should be able to survive their next attack now. And if we don't, I'll be annoyed, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change much. Wow, holy crap. We have a culture victory in 8 turns. We might we might win this by culture before anything else. Even though we've been steamrolling towards science, I was wrong last episode. I saw the notification, I was like, there's no way. But we have captured a lot, so it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to remove this improvement, and then we'll chop these woods, and we're going to finally put a special district down there. We'll do it next turn, and I think we've got the timing arranged for it, so that'll be nice. Put a wind farm there. Seastead there. I'm going to move you over to Karakoram. Give some love to that capital that we just captured with that great person. The one that's boosting both housing and amenities with each usage. Yeah, I think I've got this in the bag, not gonna lie. Watch this. Yup. In the bag. Bye, Patch Cutie.
Kusilam, ali sungkulan kamachirkanki. Kawai, kampas hinalatach aliruanarikipach.
To answer your question, robots. Lots and lots of English giant death robots. Let's keep that city. And that should actually enable Cajamarca to remain in my control. Hopefully. Maybe. I think. Let's now transfer this fighter up to Wanuku. And we're going to move this rocket artillery army here. We're going to be able to fire on Antahuela. And start making John regret life decisions. But, again, we're moving very rapidly at this point towards a culture victory. Although, as we probably all know... Nice. So now loyalty is improving here. As we probably all know, the prediction about, like, when exactly... Hang on, can you trade with Ulaanbaatar at least? Yeah, trade with Ulaanbaatar. That's not what I wanted to do, but yeah, the predictions about how long the culture victories take are wild. They're all over the place, so who knows what exactly will take place. All right, let's move this tank in. I very much doubt they'll actually take control of it, but this helicopter will. Thank you for that, John. Let's keep that city. We'll build a monument just to help maintain control. Let's gain sources in Sydney. Not that we'll have much of an opportunity to do so because we are currently steamrolling everything. Iryai is just going to trade with London. Now, you could trade with London. That's what I wanted to do with the other city, unfortunately. All right, we can build a seastead there for Ulaanbaatar. And we can get that plantation built so we have even more cotton. Enemy spy captured. We still have not been doing a lot of counter-spying this series. We just have happened not to get any units that are really capable of it. I'll be curious to see if this timer changes by more than one turn. But we are rapidly moving towards that culture victory. Catastrophic eruption. Yeah, that's going to happen.
You can never
yeah, see,
plan the future.
It's not even there anymore.
The past.
That's exactly what I was talking about. It's gone. It's gone. So who knows when we're going to win by culture victory? We probably won't. So let's just move this rocket artillery up here. Give it extra combat strength. And then you can fire on Sydney. Ooh, Sydney doesn't have walls. Mine? Thank you. Well, that was nice and easy. Alright, so I can fortify this unit until they heal up, and that's probably a good idea. It's so interesting that as a free city, it's harder for me to take Chen Chen than it was previously. We'll give that jet fighter some experience. Yeah, there's nothing else I need to do here. I'm just going to keep saying futuristic for this choice here. And then we will repair the food market in London. We can assign Magnus in London. Plymouth is going to be able to build something very important now, if I can find it. Hello? Oh, that's right. We still have one more turn until the exoplanet expedition launches. Just kidding. Nothing important yet. Let's go ahead and just do a carbon recapture project there. Carbon recapture project there. Let's see, we're about the 36-minute mark. Again, you know things that I don't. But at this exact moment, what I'm thinking, and I mean, when I say you, I mean you, the viewer. Hello. Yes, I'm talking to you. You know whether or not this is the final episode. I don't. But at this exact moment, what I'm thinking is I'm just going to keep playing and see if we can't wrap this up in this episode. Might be wrong, and you know one way or the other, but that's my current thinking. If that provides any useful context. So we're going to go a little bit longer than I typically would for an episode because the end feels close enough, I would say. Let's go for the broadcast center there. Repair the military academy there. Rebuild sewer there. Rebuild granary there. Rebuild the watermill there. Granary there. Buy a monument there. Extra combat strength to anti-air support units. Not that I really am going to take advantage of that, but it's nice, I suppose. He has lots of charges. And by he, again, I'm referring to the great engineer that's providing additional amenities and housing. Lots and lots of charges. All right, let's go ahead and rebase you to Sydney. Got a bomber in Sydney now. Yeah. All of the spies. You know what? France has been, just talking smack about spies for this entire game. Let's go ahead and remove these. Oh, hang on. Can I just go to the queue and remove this? Thank you. There we go. Now, Liverpool, I want you to build an industrial zone right there. Finally! We've been trying to do that for God knows how many turns. Get a seastead built there. Yeah, let's just start spying on France. They've been trying to get us to spy on them for the entire game, so it's like, okay, let's go. Let's see what your counter-spying operation can do, if anything. I welcome you to try. Okay, now I do need to continue trading to some extent. Oh, barbarian galley just hanging out up there. At this point, it's almost like you almost feel bad because it's almost like you're attacking the boats of like an unencountered tribe. To run into boats that antiquated at this point in the game. Like, why would you sink those? Why did I do that just now? What kind of monster am I? It seriously wasn't necessary, like, at all. Okay, we can do a little bit of extra iron mining. Yeah, this is turning out fantastically. All right, so why don't you bomb Hobart? Honestly, if I'm lucky, we might be able to take Hobart right now. Because I think this giant death robot is... Okay. Maybe not this turn. But I think we're in striking distance. I can even move this helicopter army up and have them do a little bit of damage. I'm not going to, because they would actually take more damage than I'm interested in them taking. You want to steal some paintings from John? Go right ahead. Be my guest. I won't stop you. Let's gain some sources there. Go to lumber mill there. And go to the next turn. Alright, so the exoplanet expedition is about to launch. Ha! No. You asked for this, John. Look at the amount of territory we control at this point, by the way. Look at this. It's absurd. It's absurd. We have a major drought. Looks like on the border between our territory and Poland. There it goes. So here's the thing. This thing can be sped up by other projects, right? We have such high production.
There's nothing like a dream to create the future.
We have such high production that doing so will take next to no time at all. I'm going to build a terrestrial laser station here. I'm also going to build one in Birmingham. We're going to build one in Plymouth. And we will do another carbon recapture in Newcastle upon Tyne. Same thing in Hull. Same thing in Manchester. Same thing in Leeds. You get the idea. Let's get an aquatic center built in Norwich and an aquatics, one of the two. Archaeological museum in Urumqi. Shipyard in Aksu. Oh, nice. Let's go ahead and do another one in Karakoram. That's going to be done in 2 turns. Let's repair the outer defenses in Cusco, in Wanuku, in Antahuela. And then, yeah, go ahead and buy sewers, and I want you to go ahead and start building a flood barrier there. Did I lose a military engineer, or were you just awkwardly positioned? Interesting. Skipping a number of units' turns at this point, because it's not... We don't need them to do anything. Another seastead there in Liverpool. Liverpool is actually turning into quite like a coastal city. Has been for a while, but now especially with the seasteads, it's awesome. Okay, we can excavate this artifact. Wow, this is the world's first expedition in marine archaeology. It's 1884. We're in the freaking future era, and no one had excavated a shipwreck yet. Genghis Khan artifact? Yep. That belongs to me. Combat strength versus non-cavalry. Your culture victory is imminent. So once again, it's saying, yes, 6 turns. All right, so now it really does seem like we might have a culture victory before too much longer. Let's go ahead and attack Hobart, though, because one thing is obvious. That city is not going to last another turn. So gross. It's so gross. All right, we're going to keep that city. Build a monument. Or buy a monument. Buy a granary. And then... fishing boats. Yeah, unfortunately, every single time that particular volcano, let's lock in our culture victory a bit. Every single time that particular volcano erupts, it destroys like everything around it consistently, like all the improvements, including the oil rig, unfortunately, which just makes me sad. All right, I want you to trade with Cusco. All right, I'm going to start positioning my units for this next attack, but we're not actually going to attack until we're good and ready. Sydney can also trade with Cusco. Oh, nice. Chanchan will fall now. I don't know why magically now the giant death robot has the ability to do this. Let's go ahead and keep that. We'll build a monument. Now that city will not fall, and we don't have to worry about loyalty issues anymore with the formerly Incan cities. One thing I can do, I think I can, if I really want to push for things to end quickly, either by science or by culture, I can set some policies that increase tourism. I can do it right now, in fact. All right, so that's the armies of jealous civilizations fail to stop our people. The military emergency dissolves in recrimination and
I
blame.
never think of the future. It comes soon enough.
That's so funny. Okay, so we already have a tourism bonus running. Yeah, I could take away... Yeah, I don't need to do that anymore, actually. So why don't we go ahead and put logistics in place here? Tourism from other players is reduced by 20% versus your civilization. No, let's do something that improves tourism. 200% tourism from great works of music. I'll take military first away as well. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Hang on. I mean, we can go ahead and implement space tourism. Wait. Okay, the target's victory. Target gains +2 combat strength when attacking a member unit. And we get 200 diplomatic favor. So for a second I thought it was saying that John won, and I was like, no, excuse you, that did not happen. Yeah, now it's saying 5 turns until we win the culture victory, which is hilarious. Let's just continue to choose future civic. Also, hang on, let's build another terrestrial laser station here in London. The fact that I'm able to continue to build so many of those is insane. But the fact that we're launching so many of them at once... See, right now it's traveled 1 of 33.5 light years, but we're going to be able to push it along quite quickly. Manchester could build a spaceport. At this point, it's too late. It doesn't matter. It totally could, though. Why don't we go ahead and build an aircraft carrier armada? Do I care, though? Like, it's not necessary. Let's do another carbon recapture. We're gaining ridiculous amounts of tourism from doing the carbon... Or not tourism, but diplomatic favor from doing the carbon recapture. So I am totally cool just running those over and over. Plus, it's good for the environment, you know? Total contribution now is, you know, significantly reduced. So we have effectively stopped ourselves from destroying the environment, which I really thought that was going to happen this particular series. Also, what the heck? No. That is not a city that should be doing that. You can actually build something useful. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this builder here. We'll keep them training that unit or that particular set of athletes for now. And honestly, by the time those 2 turns are up, there might not be much more to do. Yeah, let's do a Royal Navy dockyard here for Ulaanbaatar. Sewer in Hami. Sewer here. Let's repair the outer defenses. Repair the university. Yeah, we have... Look at our science per turn. Holy crap. All right, let's reassign Pingala to Plymouth, which will help with the terrestrial laser station. And then we're going to promote Victor. Not that it matters too much, but just to make him... Basically to give him all of his stripes. Genghis Khan artifact, sure. Okay, there is a seastead that's buildable over there. We can do that. Now you can be rebased onto Layla. Now you can fire on Canberra, can't you? You can. Why don't you get that done? Welp. Here's the thing that's happening. Oh, it's so gross. All right, let's take that builder from them. So incredibly gross. Let's go ahead and build the monument there so we can have more loyalty. And we can move these units down. Gain sources. Yep, that's done. I'll go ahead and start bombing Melbourne with the units that can. There's giant death robots. Let's move you down here. It can entirely cross this channel and get back onto land and then do a lot of movement in the next turn. So that's going to be great. Oh, we can still move farther. Nice. Wasn't expecting that. Let's get a wind farm going there. Offshore wind farm there. Yeah, Liverpool and Hull are both setting up to be much nicer cities than they've been for the past little while. All right, let's put you in Paris. France wants to mess around. Let's go. Now, this rocket artillery here actually doesn't have a drone backing it up and hasn't had a drone backing it up, so it's a bit of a different situation from what I've been dealing with. Hello? There we go. All right, so we've almost got some railways built here. I think I really wanted to build one there, though. I'm not sure why I didn't. Yep, build an oil rig there. Unfortunately, again. Oh, hello? Who declared war? Oh, okay. For a second, I thought it was Jadwiga. Who declared war on me? Probably a city-state would be my guess. We have corporation opportunities. Somebody's declared war on me. I saw that. Vilnius. All right, so there's another terrestrial laser station. 2 of them, in fact. So let's see how close we are now. 2 turns from a culture victory. And the exoplanet, yeah, we're going to win by culture victory. What? I mean, it's because of the policy changes we made. 100%. 100%. That is why that's happening. So yeah, I'm glad that I decided to just run this episode a little bit long. This is going to work well. So let's go ahead and just build another terrestrial laser station in Plymouth. I can get away with that. The orbital ones don't cost, they don't require power, but they cost aluminum to build. But if you have power, it's better to build the terrestrial ones, if you're wondering what the difference is between the two. Essentially, that's it. It's kind of a speed explanation version. You know what? Let's build that. Yeah, Liverpool. Can you purchase a factory? Yes, you can. I still have a ton of gold here. You can build a coal power plant. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. We've still got time to destroy the environment. We did say that we would. Let's do it. Erie Eye, you honestly could really benefit from... You need a builder more than anything, so I guess I'll go ahead and queue that up. It really doesn't matter at this point. At this rate, even though it's saying 2 turns, I'm almost predicting that we're going to win it as soon as I end this turn. So I'm going to do as much damage as I can with the next couple of seconds of gameplay. Just moving through. Let's train a few more athletes. Yeah, World Games, by the way, we're winning that handily. Okay, I'm going to move you back here. Yeah, there we go. That's what it should have looked like the whole frickin' time. Alright, jet fighter. Now this giant death robot is in position. Alright, so let's go ahead and bomb Melbourne. I'm going to give the order for that artillery to hit Melbourne as well. It looks like this encampment district belongs to Melbourne. This giant death robot is... Oh, nice. All right, then. Good talk, John. That's your new capital? Well, now I have your new capital and your old capital. How do you feel about that? Shouldn't have messed around. You had every opportunity not to mess around, and you still did it. Now, the interesting thing about this is that, in some ways, we could be affecting our culture victory by taking over another civilization like this. The culture victory is like the most labyrinthine victory type in the game. It's difficult to track. It's difficult to explain. I still don't entirely get it, and I've played Civilization 6 since it came out. So it gets a little bit goofy. All right, let's go ahead and counter-spy in London. Why not? We haven't done that for the entire game. Let's reposition this fighter in Melbourne. Wind farm. Ooh, new trader in Manchester. You know what we're going to do with you? We're going to put you in Canberra. We're going to use this artillery to make these barbarians' lives miserable. Oh, I'm so sorry. Not really. Nice. Even though this isn't a more upgraded artillery, it's still able to do lots of damage to Newcastle. So that's nice. Yep. Okay, I want you to chop that down, and we're going to use that to build an industrial zone right there, which, honestly, I should have done that prior to... I should have set that up. I should have removed the athlete training from the queue briefly. No. No, John. No. The answer to your question is no. And now let's see if the game gives me the victory. Because it might. Also, we're at 4 of 33.5. That number's going to be a lot higher this next turn. A lot higher. That's 3 new terrestrial laser stations.
By the past.
All right, how we doing? 1 turn. Okay. Here we go. Let's go ahead and plow through this. We're approaching the hour mark, so that is about as long as I like to run an episode. Great Admiral. Wait, who was that just now? Antonin Dvorak. Great musician. Nice. You actually have lots of slots for that. I'm going to queue up more terrestrial laser stations. We don't need them at this point. But yeah, notice it's at 9 of 33.5. So this is going quite well. Carbon recapture. How are we doing on the environment? It'd be really cool if, like, Yeah, we haven't been able to negate our contribution, but we've, like, completely stopped the climate from running away with its greenhouse effect. So I'm actually kind of proud of that. That's probably the biggest, like, surprise accomplishment of this series. This has been an absolute... The old term that I remember from my StarCraft days when I was a kid is this has been a comp stomp. 100%. It's been a comp stomp. Like, just absolute demolish. And it's not necessarily what I set out to do. King difficulty is not always this lopsided for me, but this particular series, to kick things off, once the industrial era hit and we were able to really start building those districts, it was just game over. Almost immediately. Don't know what else to tell you. At this point, most of my decisions that I'm making here in terms of what's being built are just ceremonial. Wait. We can do an offshore wind farm there at least. Those poor missile cruisers have had nothing to do for so many turns now. But it is weird, like, this particular continent, the way that the map spawned us, like, it spans north to south, and it's very difficult to get around it. It was actually impossible to circumnavigate, and we did not circumnavigate manually for any kind of era score this game, the way that I typically would in a game of Civ 6. So just kind of a interesting surprise there. All right, John. Those are his last two cities on the mainland. He has Perth down here. But Newcastle and Adelaide now belong to me. We're going to keep both of those cities. Build a monument there. Build a monument there. We have a new spy, which... Oh, he's actually got two... He's got Perth and Ballarat down here underneath Poznan. Let's just counter spy in London. So we've got a couple of counter spies going now. Not there's no point in paying too much attention to it because we've got this in the bag. All right, Canberra. Let's have you trade with Cusco. Move you down this direction. Move you down that way. This fighter doesn't need to do anything either. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead. This seems like... Oh, wait, hold on. Seems like we're done. It's about that time. It's not even 1900 AD. And we're going to win a game of Civ 6 here. Funny how that works out. We're going to spy on France for an entire turn, and here we go. Assuming the two cities that I just captured didn't change anything, this will wrap our first and inaugural series in the Controlled Chaos Metaseries. Special session of the World Conference. Oh my god. Can I just, like, vote this down with every single vote that I have? That's what I'm going to do. No, we don't want any. Terrestrial laser station. Military emergency failed, shocking no one. Oh my god, we didn't win. Yeah, see. Or maybe we did. You know what it is? I probably have to go through one more turn. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to be super quick about this. Let's go ahead and say terrestrial. Let's recommission that. Carbon recapture. Yeah, I'm going to be super fast about this. Because at this point, I think what it's doing is we've won it, but it needs a turn to take, so to speak. Which is a little bit goofy, but that's what's happening. Because you can see that we were over the threshold. If you rewind just a few seconds, or I can pull it up again. Yeah, we're over the threshold. So it's really just a matter of skipping a whole bunch of turns. I think that's most of the cities. Oh, wait. Can't not do that, you know? But see, if I were to conquer John with this last turn, which I don't think I'd actually be able to do because I don't have my units in range, there's a possibility it would affect the culture victory actually playing out. And since I've gone over an hour for an episode here, I am going to go ahead and let this be the end. We'll have the giant death robot hang out for a bit there. Same here. He wasn't doing a lot. There we go.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered.
That's a surprise.
The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
How about that? I thought the science victory was going to just plow past the cultural progress, but I think the policy changes that we made, in addition to just, I think, conquering Genghis and the Inca, I think all of the great works that we got from them enabled me to just really start piling up cultural advantage over the other civilizations. Just no one could compete, and at the point that no one can compete, the game handed me the cultural victory. Again, it's the most labyrinthine victory type in the game, but basically it has to do with tourism, and the tourism is driven by your great works. The more great works you have, and the more tourism policy is kind of geared towards helping people come and see those great works, your culture becomes dominant over other cultures, and then you win. So, not much to say at the end of this series, mainly because that was just such an embarrassingly easy last couple of episodes and an embarrassingly easy final hour. The giant death robots were hilarious, but we had this game locked in even before the first giant death robot appeared. So, without further ado, as I mentioned in the last, 2 episodes ago, bear in mind that we will take a bit of a break here in this time slot. If you're watching this in the live audience, if you're watching it in the backlog, then the next series of the Metaseries might already be available. But the next premiere will be this weekend, and we'll probably do that on Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I can have the episode ready. I'm going to shoot for Saturday, and I think I'll be able to do that. But, I also don't want to make assumptions, because there have been a lot of unpredictable schedule speed bumps this year that have just been maddening. So who knows? But it will be this weekend. And so I'm just going to let this slot run dark until then, which is standard procedure, so we can have a premiere and have more people show up for that. And we are definitely going to step up to Emperor difficulty for that, just because I feel like with how this one went, I think I'm ready. I did improve in my Civ 6 play while the channel was offline, and I think it's showing. So at this point, just to give myself a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to move into Emperor territory for the first time since the channel came back. Thank you so much for watching this first entry in the meta series. This is an 18 series, if I remember the number correctly, 18 series effort. This is just one of many. We're going to cover every single leader that was included in the Leader Pass. So I hope you'll stick around for the duration, or at least watch the series that you're most interested in. And as far as who the next leader is going to be, you will have to tune in and find out this weekend if you're in the live audience. Again, if you're in the backlog audience, you get to cheat and just hop into the next episode right now. And everyone who's in the present, our present, your past, is shaking their fist at you right now. But there's nothing they can do about it. You just get to laugh and enjoy the next episode. Regardless, look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are going to be coming out every day at 10 a.m. US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.